Welcome to the 2020-2021 Back to School Night. This is my virtual integrated Math 2 syllabus that I'll be going over today. My name is Miss Pena, and the schools that I work for currently are Corona High School, Centennial High School, Norco, and JFK. So I just wanted to go ahead and go through the important parts of the syllabus that I went over with most of the students that went to our Zoom sessions. I also emailed this syllabus a couple of weeks ago when Edgenuity was out and running. We didn't start till the 24th of August just due to some maintenance issues with Edgenuity, but now it is up and running and we're good to go. So, I am a math teacher and I've worked at Corona High School for 15 years. This is my 16th year working here in our district. So, Corona High School is my current school that I work at. But again, because of this virtual nature of using Edgenuity, that's why I'm working for more schools for this year. Again, welcome. I'm happy to be your teacher for 2020-21 school year. I hope to work with you in this integrated math 2 utilizing the Edgenuity program. This is, again, a new program. We've usually used Odysseyware. My first experience with Odysseyware was during summer school, and then luckily they upgraded it to have even better course options in Edgenuity for our students. So the A through G requirement is met through the Edgenuity program of Math 2. And hopefully, you know, you can encourage your students to, take part in that and start working hard as many students are already. So thank you so much for being here. My contact information is my email. That is the first place that you want to contact me because I do read my email, consistently. My Google Voice, I also have a phone number. You can call me at any point and leave a message, and I will get back to you. You can also leave a text message because it does have that capability also. I do have live office hours on Monday through Friday from 8 to 12 p.m. If you need an appointment, like so that we can talk for a longer period of time, you can go to the syllabus, which again, I have sent out via email to all of my students and parents. And you can go ahead and download that. And there is the same information that you see here is on my email also. And my email is through Google Drive. So therefore, they are clickable links that you can access my appointment calendar if you need to make an appointment to have a longer session in terms of a conference. We do have a virtual school day. So the remote students, they start in the morning from 8 to 10, but we virtual students start in the afternoon from 1 to 3 p.m. So students, even though it's not mandatory, I tell my students to come meet up, to join us. It is a time for us to just kind of, say hi and answer any questions that students may have in regards to Edgenuity, Google Classroom, or just to connect in general. Because again, as virtual teachers, we don't get to see our students as the remote teachers do, because again, it is an optional Zoom sessions that we have every single day. And I do mean every single day. I do meet it with my students on Zoom. Even though it's not mandatory for them to show up, I do show up every day for them. And as you could see the schedule there, I do follow that. And we just again do little connecting activities or answer any questions they have in regards to anything in our virtual school. The learning management systems that we are working with this year is Google Classroom and Edgenuity. Again, on the syllabus, I have all the information in regards to how to access Google Classroom, all the information in regards to what we do with Google Classroom, and Edgenuity also, I have all that info on my syllabus. The On the syllabus, I think one of the most important attributes of it is that I created an interactive notebook, and in this notebook, you can pretty much find all the information you need in regards to Edgenuity. So if you need to know like what the expectations are, if you need to know, how the kids should be taking notes, If you need to know grades, like the grading system on Edgenuity, what assignments look like, what the tests look like, and also a little bit on plagiarism. There's also a lot of information on my syllabus and in this interactive notebook on having login issues, or just an overall, like a little bit of a tour, like a virtual tour of what Edgenuity looks like if you haven't experienced that already. So this is really important, which is the grading policy that I have on Q. The way the grading scale works is that 90% of students' grades come from Edgenuity. 5% comes from their notes, and 5% comes from the assignments slash activities that we do in Google Classroom. I use the actual grade from Edgenuity instead of the overall grade, because the actual grade is the real-time grade that includes zeros for the work that they haven't turned in on time. So if students are behind in the pacing in Edgenuity, the actual grade kind of compensates for that also. So in Q, the actual grade in Edgenuity is what I log into Q by every Friday of each week. So grades for Edgenuity and Google Classroom, um, I started updating those the week of that we started at Edgenuity, which was 8/24. The grade did before 8/24 was not affecting their academic grade. It was affecting their citizenship grade, because we really didn't have any assignments that we had started yet on Edgenuity. So therefore, before then, as you could see here on my categories on grades on Q, we had something called a daily check-in, which you could see is worth 0% of their academic grade. But I did use that to make sure and verify that students were showing up, at least to Zoom, to kind of make sure that they were attending class. And then after that, obviously, because it didn't affect them academically, that's when Edgenuity started working, and then I started putting in the actual academic grade at that point. So Edgenuity, like I said, is 90% of their grade in Q. 5% is Google Classroom assignments, and unit notes are 5% of their grade also. Their daily check-in, like I said, was only used when Edgenuity was under maintenance. I offer after-school tutoring, so I have tutoring on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 4 to 6 p.m., because some students don't work really well in the morning. So I do offer an evening tutoring session if they like. Each tutoring session is set up through appointment. So most of my students that have been coming to tutoring, they know how to go into the Google schedule appointment calendar, and they just schedule themselves in. The tutoring sessions run 15 minutes per student. It could be one-on-one, or it can be small groups depending on how many students show up for tutoring. Again, you can also sign up if you need to as a parent or a guardian, if you need extra support in anything. And even if you want a little bit extra support in math, I can help as much as I can so that you can help your own students at home. Again, that's Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 4 to 6. You can make an appointment at any point to do that. You can even go in right now and make an appointment for any time this week, next week, or the months following. I have shared all this information already with my students. I have all this info also in Google Classroom. I've also emailed it to the students several times. So I'm hoping that you got a chance to read the syllabus and that you knew about my after school tutoring. I do have live support also, like all virtual teachers, between 8 to 12 in the morning. So most students don't work in the morning. So therefore, that's why I made some after school tutoring available for those kids that do more of their work after school than they do before before our live sessions. So in terms of supplies, there's really not many supplies that we need for virtual. Their phone, I always tell them it's good to use for like a calculator, because they are allowed to use a calculator in this math class, but they can also use the online version of Desmos, which is the scientific calculator, and later we'll be using the graphing calculator of the Desmos app or online um, tool that we can use there also. So technically what they really need is a notebook or paper. They need pen and pencil because they are required to take notes through Edgenuity. So they're required to take handwritten notes. And like I said, the notebook that I had mentioned earlier, the interactive notebook, tells you everything that they need to know in regards to note taking, also how they should do it, how they should turn it in to Google Classroom. And after, you have watched this video, the students should have already turned in their Unit 1 notes. So I'm hoping that at that point they have already done so because, again, back to school night tonight is, I believe, the 25th. Okay. And the last thing is apps for supplies. They need to have the Adobe Scan app or some kind of scan um, app that turns documents into PDF files in which they can get a link that gets, where the information gets saved to the cloud, because one of the requirements of this class is that they have notes, handwritten notes, as kind of a proof that they worked through the course themselves, and that it's something that's saved pretty much forever, so that it's accessible at any point in their following school years, even as they move on to college. Zoom, we use that every day, every school day. For tutoring, we use it for, again, my support during the morning, and then I also use it for my live sessions that I have with my students from 1 to 3 o'clock. I do utilize Google Classroom because it is our learning management system that we're using also on top of Edgenuity. Edpuzzle I haven't really used so much because it's for video uploads for asking questions to students so far, because we're barely starting Edgenuity, and because I'm trying to get the kids used to just working in Edgenuity. I'm kind of holding off any extra programs for now, until they get a kind of a feel for Edgenuity and the time that they need to put into that. That is pretty much all that I wanted to talk about today. I'm hoping that you had an opportunity to sign the 2 documents that are located in the syllabus Google form. There was a green document, which was the actual signature form for the virtual syllabus that I created for my students this year. And there was also this form here, that this clickable link that's in blue. This is a parent guardian contact form. Again, that's just to make sure that I have all the correct phone numbers, emails that are listed in our registrar's office, and now through our queue system, because some of the emails or telephone numbers aren't working, and I want to make sure that you have all the information that I have given out for this integrated Math 2 class. Other than that, please contact me with any questions that you may have, and I'm happy to help you in any way. My email again is located right there. It's VPENA, and again at cnusd.k12.ca.us. And please have a great day. Bye.